good. We're waiting on Mike. I don't see the bid opening on here.
Do what?
The bid opening. I don't see it on here.
Oh, it's not, it's on the next. I got it off the books.
Oh, yeah, I don't even see it on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason didn't see what he wants, they didn't see what he wants to do. I don't see it on here. Ready, Jason?
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all stand, we'll go, Lord, in a word of prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord God, we thank you so much for another glorious day you've given us. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your Son who sacrificed his life on Calvary's cross for our sins. And the precious blood that he shed on that cross has cleansed us of all those sins and unrighteousness. Dear God, I pray you'd be with us as we go to our meeting, that you would open our hearts and our minds to your will, Heavenly Father, and guide us and lead us. These things I pray in Jesus' precious name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Jason. When do you want to do that? It's not on here, Jason. When do you want to do that bid? When I get to draw?
It should be.
Hold on, Jason. All right. Yes, it is on.
Coming at me with a weapon and the sheriff just stands there.
That's what he does. That's Wyatt.
Yeah.
He's my neighbor.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Are we saving ink?
All right. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I got 4:49 on Tuesday, July 21st. First thing we got is approval of minutes from last meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes.
I will second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And approval of claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
I will second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And acknowledgement of the treasurer report and clerk report.
I acknowledge your clerk report was in her email.
Okay. And then department reports.
Hi, Stephanie McKinney, Gibson County EMA. We have started replacing the new sirens
Yay.
today, yay. Started out at Walmart. They're still working on that right now to get that put up and installed. We've had a few complications with the lift and everything, but and then so some of those sirens may be offline until the new ones, until the other equipment gets installed at dispatch. And we're working with them and the electrician on that and the software to get all those tied in together. So hopefully they're working on, their plan is to put 2 sirens in, install 2 sirens a day is the plan. I'm not sure how many days they're going to be working yet. They just started today. So, and then tomorrow, FEMA and IDHS will be here to work on the public assistance side for towns and county and other government entities. So we'll be meeting here to do all that. So
Except for the last round of storms, you mean?
anything in June, basically, June 6th until the end of the month. So that would involve the storms that we've had and excessive flooding, any of that should be tied into that. And if there's anyone that we have not contacted or I haven't contacted, get a hold of me as soon as possible on the PA side, even on the individual assistance side, because I'm sure there's people that we've missed when we were out doing damage assessment.
Right.
After we saw all the flooding that happened on the east side,
Right.
we feel like there's some homes, some people that have been missed. So we want to make sure they get counted in those numbers. So,
Okay.
anything else?
Stephanie, don't you got weather radios too, if anybody needs them?
I do have weather radios.
So,
Yes,
okay.
if somebody needs them, and I can leave some here in this building for you guys to hand out if that's easier. I've been leaving some at the health department for them to hand out, and we did previously leave some at the sheriff's department too, so that way they're available. Whoever needs them, low income, elderly, or people that don't have smartphones and other resources that they can rely on. And their batteries installed and they're programmed already. So
Probably wouldn't hurt for you to put 3 or 4 up here, just for,
I'm put a case in here for you guys to give out. And they're
Then we
ready to
get
go.
questions on Life Alert, is that all up and going now?
Project Lifesaver.
Or Lifesaver, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes, Lifesaver.
Project Lifesaver. We've been receiving funding, most recently from the Community Foundation of Southwest Indiana, Gibson County, so we can start signing clients up for that. People that are known to elope or wander off, and this helps keep them safe, and if they do wander off, find them quickly. So
That's
Yeah.
free of charge for all Gibson County residents, and
we're hoping to keep it free of charge, yes.
Okay.
And if anyone has the ability to pay and things, they can make a donation, and it goes directly into that specific fund for Project Lifesaver. Yep.
Alright.
And no age limit. So we do have guidelines, but, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Sharon Warney for the Animal Shelter. The first thing I want to do is thank Commissioner Lewis for his mowing this weekend.
you're welcome.
Yay! So you now
Nope.
are officially on our volunteer list. We have your number. You have access to much better county equipment than we do.
There,
So
there
you-
might be a mower in the garage out there right now.
Okay, good. All right. And then speaking of volunteers, I have to say, we've just been overwhelmed from the community on people who've come out and helped at the shelter in this horrible heat, people who've made donations of stuff, and people who've made monetary donations, and we still have donations regularly coming in. There were an awful lot of businesses here in Princeton, Bogues and Clinkers and a Portside Coffee, and I can't even begin, I don't even know all the businesses that pooled together and generated donations, so we're very, very grateful for that. So the animal count out at the shelter, when I was there last night, it was one count, there's more there today, but we have about 38 dogs and approximately 36 cats. However, out of the dogs that are out there, 3 of them are supposedly destined for either foster or actual adoption. So that's good news. 16 of those dogs are actually sponsored, so if anyone's interested in one of those 16, those dogs will already be fixed, chipped, and have everything they need, and it won't be an adoption fee because someone has paid it forward to sponsor the adoption fee. So that's the most sponsored animals we've ever had, so it's a great time to come and get your new best friend at a really good price. The other good news, and I have to acknowledge Cynthia, there she is. Cynthia has been a godsend. You have been a godsend. Yeah. She has come on in November as a volunteer, and I think it's practically a full-time unpaid position now.
I think so.
Yes, yes. Anyway, Cynthia currently has 12 dogs in a foster program, and I have to thank again a lot of businesses, not just in Gibson County, but we now have a boarding facility in Vandenberg, and she's been responsible for making those connections, and they are fostering throughout the heat. A lot of boarding facilities are doing that. Now, especially now that vacation is over, they have more open kennels, and so they said just bring your dogs down here for while the heat's going on. So we have 12 dogs and 11 cats that are in foster. However, we have an additional 17 dogs that are being fostered, and the intention of those people is to actually adopt. So that's also fantastic news. Cynthia's pretty good about getting people to foster just for a day or two, maybe 3. Well, it's kind of hot. Maybe could you foster for the rest of the week? And then they fall in love. Then they say, okay, we'll adopt. So we have 17 dogs and 27 cats in that current situation. So that's wonderful. On the kind of negative side, we also, obviously, as animal control, the main reason I think animal control was started is when you have vicious dogs out and about. Last night, the staff had to go out on 3 separate calls for bite cases. I don't know all the details on that. So we now have 3 dogs that will be working with the health department as to the process on those dogs. They have to be held for like a minimum of 10 days to be sure they don't exhibit any disease because the individual was bitten.
So,
I think
are these animals strays, or do we know where
the one I was personally aware of is actually an owner dog, and the wife called. The husband was on his way to the ER for a bite, and she said, "Come get this dog." So I don't know the story on the other 2. At the new shelter, there was designed back in the garage area, there will be a special area that has kenneling only for those kind of dogs. That way, in the garage area, they will be completely away from anyone from the public or any other animal can come in contact with them, which is the way it's supposed to be. So also, I guess some of the other issues, and I know this has been a huge problem, and I don't know why other than it's technology. So the phones at the current shelter are being serviced, the phones and the internet are being serviced by Frontier. Well, that's not working. People can't get through. So at the new shelter, it's going to be Verizon, and we're not there yet. So we're still at the old shelter with the Frontier service. And so what we've done, volunteers have done, is plastered all over every social media page we can the 2 numbers that will come through to those 2 numbers. It's very frustrating. Sometimes you can call in, sometimes you can't. And it's been, I think, last count, maybe a week ago, it was over 20 days, and Frontier keeps saying no. And I haven't, fortunately, been the person spending the many, many hours on the phone with them, but I think it has something to do with, even though it's a different carrier, we were planning on moving to the new shelter. We were hoping in July, and somehow Frontier, anyway, it's a mess. So the numbers that are posted on social media should get you through to a body, to an actual person.
Are those numbers also posted out there, but like on the gate or anything? So if
I
someone
guess we could post them on the gate.
I mean, if someone drives up, you know, and
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can do that. However, we've also found Verizon is going to be a problem because where's Brad? Okay, there he is. Verizon sent us a pretty large bill, and when Brad spent his many hours of spare time talking with Verizon, it has to do with, they ordered a bunch of stuff for us for the new shelter that we didn't order. And anyway, those things have been returned, but they're not crediting us for those items, so currently it's a big battle of getting credit.
You got it taken care
Oh, yay, yay, yay.
of after 2.5 hours on the phone.
Yeah, it was almost $1,000.
Did you ever get to actually talk to a person?
Yeah, but I couldn't understand everything she said.
Well, good. I'm glad. That's great. Anyway, it seems like it's nonstop, those kind of issues. On the good side as well, we are this coming Saturday going to actually be in 2 separate locations in the county, in Oakland City from 10 to 1 on Main Street, close to wherever the Masonic Lodge is. But we'll be outside, so Cynthia and her crew will be over there, and some of us will be at Rural King at their farmers market, and we will have dogs at both locations. So you can come and see the dogs. Some of our fosters are great, because the ones that aren't going to adopt, one of the things they sign up for is when we have adoption events, they bring their dogs. And it's really good, and we certainly have seen the difference when someone can come and talk to a foster. So how do they really get along with cats? How do they really get along with a wild, crazy 3-year-old? That kind of stuff. So it makes those dogs very adoptable. So this Saturday at Rural King and in Oakland City from 10 to 1, animals, just dogs, will be available for adoption. And then on August 8th, the Moose is doing an adoption event from 11 to 2, the Moose down on South Main. And they're giving away hot dogs and drinks. So you can come look at a dog, cuddle a dog, hopefully have us twist your arm to take the dog, and you get a hot dog and a drink. So
What
that's
time?
August 8th from 11 to 2. And then on August 29th, the Francisco Lions Club has offered to give us a free spot at their vendor fair, and we'll be there. I'm not quite sure what the time is, but we'll be outside, and they're giving us a spot under the trees to also bring animals.
Is that at Worth Park or?
No,
It's at the Lions
at the
Club?
Lions Club, where they have their car show, I think. So we're very appreciative to Rural King and the Moose in Francisco. And of course, you can come and just bring donations or drop off some money, whatever. We'll take it and use it 100% towards the animals. And then finally, today I was contacted, or had contact with an individual who has donated a small mini fridge to the new shelter.
I put it in the garage. It was sitting out back when I was
I
out there
was
this
going
afternoon.
to move it this evening when I went out there, so thank you.
Well, it was getting dark and kind of thundering in the
Yeah.
distance, so
Yeah, and this same individual is going to also donate a washing machine. So while we have all those items at the other shelter, they are old, feeble, and falling apart, just like the building and some of us volunteers.
Yeah.
So that's been great, and we may have a lead on a couple other items. So again, we appreciate all that. So that's my shtick right now. I could mention real quickly, and you guys know this better than I do. I got a thing today from the contractors on the new shelter. Evidently, there's 2 restrooms, a public restroom and an employee restroom. The locks on the doors did not pass whoever inspects doors on restrooms. I don't know what agency that is, but that did not pass muster, and those will have to be redone at a small cost. So anyway, other than that, I think the new building from the contractor's side of it is done. And then there'll be more later that you're going to bring up. So, any questions?
No?
Okay.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Karen.
Kyle Wallace with IT. Just had a couple things I wanted to just give an update on. So we have the access points on order that were approved in the last meeting. I'm hoping that they're saying they're going to get shipped out about August. So hopefully here in a few weeks we'll start getting those put in and getting those upgrades underway. I did want to just bring up the the request last time that I put in for that estimate for the upgrades for the switching infrastructure. Just want to keep that on everybody's mind. We had a switch lock up to the north annex here the other day. It caused a little bit of headache. We got it back online and working, but just a nice reminder that we've got some
They're all
issues.
getting
going there.
old and we need to be thinking about
Yeah, so.
upgrade.
And then we are doing, we're doing some maintenance on the main courthouse server. And it has some age on it, but we think we can get a few more years out of it. But we are going to be looking at potentially doing some upgrades on some hard drives. Shortage of drive space and some higher performing drives too as well for more critical systems to move over to those drives. So I don't have pricing or anything on that yet, but I just want to kind of give you a heads up. That's one of the things we are looking at right now.
Up and coming. The hardwiring for the EMS. You and I had talked about the problems with potential boring and all. I spoke with Princeton City head of the works department. He said he met with your contractor. They worked some things out. It's not going to be as big an issue as
Okay.
originally we thought. I don't know if you've talked to that contractor.
I hadn't heard an update since I talked to you last, so.
Well, reach back out to them and
Okay.
find out. I know they met with the utilities from Princeton. There are some places they're gonna have to bore deeper than originally expected, but I think they've got it all worked out. So check in and let me know what you find out on that.
Perfect. I'll follow up with them tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dennis Simpson, Gibson County Soil and Water Conservation District. Our ladies in the office been hanging out at the county fair and CRP checks and different things like that. I wanted to mention that we've got a proposal in front of you guys to possibly purchase a district vehicle. So whenever you get a chance to take a look at it, we really appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Denny.
Yeah, thank you. Any more department? Matt?
Good evening, Matt Holden, from the Highway Department. Several things I want to announce. One, we did receive our direct lane mile distribution because we do have a wheel tax. We were eligible for that. We received $548,000. That's substantially lower than we thought because the gas tax and surtax or excise tax suspension extremely lowered the amount of money that was going into that. So there wasn't funds available. So now that'll push us into having to submit for community crossings for basically $448,000. Working on that project now. We turn it in September. Speaking of the gas tax excise tax suspension, we didn't only lose community crossings funding, we lost our actual revenues that we see monthly. We did work with the governor very closely, and that money is going to be made whole at least partially right now. We received an email today that we're receiving $239,000 NVH and $29,600 in LRNS. That's just for the first 2 months. The last 2 months of this is substantially higher because the first month it was only the gas tax suspension and not the excise. So we're very hopeful that since this was done, that the remainder of the funds that we would not have received will come through. We're not have to worry about additional shortfalls that weren't expected, as in this gas tax suspension. On projects, Toyota grant, that was intersection upgrades on 100 East. That was funded by Toyota, ran by us. That project did get up and running. Actually, I think it was pretty much running Friday. Need some troubleshooting to do on Saturday, but it was operational Monday morning, which was our deadline on that. Another project was the Perimeter Road Rehab Project, Phase 1, which was Tulip Tree. That project was completely finished Sunday evening. Very lucky with weather there. We ended up not having any rain days at all. It did rain, Friday night before we got started. Made the start go a little bit rough, and then it did rain a little bit Saturday night. But we were able to get it completed. With everything we see from that project, we're already planning for next year. One rain day would have hurt pretty bad there. So, and Phase 2 is basically the same size project. I want to definitely thank on that one J.H. Rudolph. They were the general on that. They did everything they possibly could to make that work. United Consulting, Mark and Dustin, they're with me through this the whole time, help get through, make decisions quickly, keep everything rolling to meet the timeline. And then we did have 4 of our operators that worked Saturday through the evening into the night, and then we worked Sunday night all night. Placed some millions that came off that project. I want to thank them too. Tiff County Road project. Last one on that whole list of roads is 350 East. Started it Monday. Paved day. That's 8-day project. So we're 6 days left on finishing 350. And then our local funded paving projects, 1200 East over on New Kenny. It's 2.5 miles of that. Started it today, and that's 4 days. So they'll finish it hopefully Friday. Chip seal, we know that's been long waited. Our distributor truck coming 3 months late. We picked it up Saturday afternoon, got it back down, started chipping yesterday.
You'll be done by the end of the week, right?
We got it by the end of the week. We had to go get it, but we got it. It was going to be delivered until the guy that was going to deliver it realized it was a standard shift and not automatic, and he only had automatic restriction. So we had to bring some guys in to go get it ourselves. But we did get it, and it's actually going pretty smooth. We started, like I said, East Gibson. We're going to work our way east, south, west, north, just a big clockwise. That's the way we've actually done it several years in a row now. So that did get started, and it's actually going pretty smooth so far. Any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
We want to thank you too, Matt, all your hard work as well. All right. We're going to do something. Oh, anybody else got anything? Nope. We're going to do something different now. We're going to do public comments at the beginning. Jason's going to got the rules of a new meeting.
Yes, and I'll go over those rules. They are subject to change. As Commissioner Burns mentioned, we're moving public comment up. The state law mandates that school corporations do it this way before action items, and so I would expect they'll probably force that upon other units of government, as local units of government at some point in time. And by putting it up before those action items, that gives you an opportunity to weigh in on something before it's voted on. In addition to moving the public comment up, some of these regulations were already in effect, but you're entitled to 3 minutes of talk time. You cannot yield your time to others, and you cannot reserve your time for a later comment. You get one shot at it. If you invite participation or allow participation by other patrons or the elected officials, that will count towards your 3-minute time. And for the agenda items, those will have a 5-minute time limit unless approved beforehand. And other than that, you're encouraged to communicate with your elected representatives by email in between meetings. So with that does anybody want to be heard for the public comment section? Perfect.
Don't knock each other down trying to get up here.
Okay. All right. Put the timer up. All right. No public comments. All right, we'll get going. All right, we got old business. We got jail demolition GMP number 2 approval. Contract signing, Dan Alcorn and Joe Mattingly, Garmon Construction.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So as we talked in our last meeting, this is our final phase of our two-part process to get the old jail demolished. So our GMP number 2 came in at $608,025. So if you pair that up with our GMP number 1 that we discussed in the previous meeting, you have a total project of $1.3 million. So I'm here today to get a signature on GMP 1 and GMP 2, along with our pre-construction efforts for the jail demolition project. So this is a turnkey demo, new parking lot, new grading, seed and straw, Everything is turnkey with.
Parking lot lighting.
Parking lot lighting, security, everything to do with the demolition of the old facility.
And under this sort of arrangement, so if there's any change orders, that's essentially going to Garmong. We enter into this contract with Garmong, they enter into the contracts with the entities that have submitted bids.
Correct.
And Garmong will deal with those subcontractors and any price increases.
Can we negotiate this $25 off the end of this at all?
I think we probably could. Yeah.
I reviewed the contract and would recommend approving them at tonight's meeting. You were before the council. I don't know if you mentioned this. You were
Oh,
before the
yes,
last.
we did. We met with the council, last week and they approved the funding of the 1.3 million. So, it's the understanding between all of us that we won't start anything until next month's meeting, whenever they officially approve
Yeah.
the avenue of funding.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
they approved to do it, they just haven't determined how they were gonna,
Correct.
what
Yes.
funds they were gonna move.
So we
money from.
won't get started until that's determined.
Well, I'll
Yep.
make that motion to approve this.
I second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. We'll get this signed for you real
If
quick.
you just want to give me those, we'll keep these and then he'll give you the ones we're signing.
That'd be great.
Oh, there it is. All right. You want me to sign it now?
I've got it.
Okay. All right.
Sign this one too and give it to Mike Weiner.
Okay. All right, next up, we got Reclamation Solar Construction Update. Zelstra representative.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Travis Broussard. I'm with Hanwha Q-Sales. The commissioners asked for an update, so we have a PowerPoint that kind of outlines where we're at in the project, kind of the duration of the project, deliveries. I know there were some concerns about delivery routes and things like that. So separately, there's also a traffic management plan, which kind of outlines our plans for traffic control, both on-site, off-site, shows where stop signs, speed limit signs, all those things are gonna be located around the project. So we'll be happily submit that to you guys. And I could run through a brief, high-level, project update if you like.
So, yes, please do.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're contracted as it's called PV EPC delivery, so we're responsible for civil contracting, what we call mechanical, and then of course, solar construction. We mobilized, early July 7th, exact date. Current, major construction phases. So site prep, we're gonna start, most of the activity ongoing now is on 1200 East. That's where our main laydown area is gonna be. If you drive there now, you'll see the new road work, which looks beautiful, by the way, along with heavy earth moving activities. That's where most of the traffic is gonna be delivered, main laydown, so trucks will come in, they'll check in at the front gate, which is fully fenced in to protect our equipment and material. And flagged in and out to keep it safe on the public roadways. So site preparation, we're installing our environmental controls, drainage, structures and things of that sort. Roads and entrances, lay down yards, like I mentioned. September to March 27, we'll start pile installation, which is essentially just steel piles that hold the solar system. Inverter foundations, fencing, and underground utilities. Mechanical installation, which holds your modules or solar panels, is going to start October 2026 to April 2027. Includes tracker installation and module installation. Electrical activities are going to be ongoing from September 2026 to August 2027. which a breakdown is MV collection, DC collection, inverters, SCADA, and fiber. Testing and commissioning will be January to November 2027, which is cold commissioning, energization of the project, and then hot commissioning and performance testing. Restoration, closeout, finalization of the project site, getting it nice and pretty, is going to take place July 2027 to January 2028.
Do you have a way for emergency services to get in right now?
Absolutely. So we'll set up a 911 number, and then we'll coordinate with the local emergency authorities. We'll go through drills. Something happens, we want everybody to have nowhere to go, bus stations, and just any emergency. Be prepared for emergencies.
But it's not manned, right? 24/7. So if there's
No.
a fire after hours, how can our fire trucks get in? Is there a access granted to the fire department, for example, to get
They
in?
will have access.
Okay.
Yes, and that's a good point. We could give them access, gate codes and stuff like that if something like that would happen. But during construction of the project, there is no energized or point of fire
Okay.
until the very end, whenever energization does happen. And then we have various processes, lockout, tagout procedures to prevent that from happening.
Right.
Good.
We want to emphasize that during all phases of construction and everything, obviously you have to comply with our road use agreements and bonding issues and all that. I know on the last solar farm, there were issues with mud on the roads as equipment comes in and out. Obviously in the wintertime, everything around here turns to mud, so we want to make sure that there's a broom on site, a tanker truck to be able to wash the roads so that the citizens don't have to deal with a lot of mud on the roads. So we want to make sure that you keep up with that. We appreciate it.
Some of the roads are gravel, which makes it
Right.
a little more difficult to wash. But the new road that's getting installed on 1200E, of course, we'll keep a street sweeper on that daily.
Yeah.
And then water trucks, we'll have a couple water trucks on site to blow off any excess.
And if one of the gravel roads gets messed up, don't be surprised if we don't expect you to put down some rock and do a little grading. So, okay.
Understood and expected. Overall labor, there's gonna be some traffic, picking up here around the December, January into that area, and whenever we're really ramping up, we're figuring upwards of 300 to 350 people. So.
Okay.
I have some routing on here. I think everybody's familiar with kind of what routing we're taking, but, currently we're taking I-69, is exit 27 to 168 East, onto County Road 700, and then 1200 East is where our main laydown is. As far as equipment deliveries, so we're expecting anywhere, 750 to 1,000 trucks. For deliveries. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of traffic. So that's why, we wanna let the public know, if there is anything that we can help with. Obviously, it's a lot harder to change any routing, just because it's the safest way for us to travel off of the interstate. But if there's any additional signage, if there's any washing the roads in front of your house or whatever the case may be, we wanna say that we're here to do that. I have my site manager here, Hector Avalos. His number
Okay.
is out there, so if we need to contact him.
What are the dates for the road postings, Matt, with the weight limits?
What's that?
In the wintertime, our roads are posted.
January to April.
Yeah,
So if they're bonded, they'll abide by them.
okay. They just have to make repairs as needed if they cause damage or something. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll also, I did want to let everybody know too, we'll be putting up, we'll have a QR code with signage in the front of the project. We will be hiring, we want to hire as many local people as possible, be good stewards of the community. So solar wages are great this time, just a IRA type project, so, be on the lookout for that. We are looking for local billboards. We're gonna put postings in newspapers and stuff like that, but, just quick access. If you go up to the site, there'll be a QR code you can just scan.
Good deal.
So,
Good. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for the update.
Yep. All right. New business, we got ordinance, amending and restating ordinance number, 2022-10, concerning asset management. Mr. Spindler?
Yes, this change from that ordinance, and the auditor's office will need to give us the number, but a couple of things that it does to the 2022 ordinance. The 2022 ordinance required an inventory annually. This changes it to every 2 years, and the department head will sign and date the inventory sheet. The assets will be entered into a program called Data Pit Stop when placed in service, and removed when disposed, sold, or transferred. In other words, you don't wait around until the next inventory when one of those triggering events happens. And then if there is a disposal sale of any asset, $5,000 or more, it requires the commissioner's approval first. Mr. Watkins, Auditor Watkins has reviewed this and I believe approves of it, so it's ready for action from the commissioners now.
That would be 2026-1.
Well, then I would
Thank you, Mike.
make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2026-1, amending ordinance number 2022-10.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So if you want to pass it at tonight's meeting, which is what I recommend, we would need to do this a second time. So I need a motion to suspend the rules and to pass that ordinance upon second reading. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
All right, Jason has this next one too, letter of support for Gibson County Meats LLC.
Okay, Gibson County Meats is seeking grant funding, and they've asked the commissioners to support them in this endeavor. It is at no cost to the county. The Gibson County Meats is federally and state inspected processing facility. This expansion, should they do it, will give them more capacity for local farmers. For local beef sold across state lines. So I have tendered this correspondence or letter of support to you previously. I just need a motion to approve if you're inclined.
I would make a motion to approve a letter of support for Gibson County Meats LLC.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No opposed. 3-0. Okay, approval. Next up, we got approval of per diem policy. Mr. Spindler?
Yes, this policy will be in the form of a resolution. We'll get that number from the auditor.
Number 7.
2026 dash,
7.
thank you. And it provides for a per diem and mileage policy, which we've already got, but we've got it combined with our credit card policy, so we're splitting it out and making a few changes. Auditor Watkins has reviewed this proposed policy and is in agreement with it, and so it's ready for you to act on tonight if you're inclined to do so.
Go ahead.
And I will add that it's pays a per diem of $13 for breakfast, $15 for lunch, $26 for dinner. And the mileage would be the state rate, automatically adjusted by the auditor as the state adjusts. And the claims go through the auditor's system.
So I entertain a motion to approve the per diem policy resolution. Was it number 7?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second it.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? No nays. All right, next up, we got suspension and department certification, Mr. Spencer. Weird word.
I'm looking for my notes on that, just a minute.
Too many agendas here.
Yeah. Yeah, so, this is something that the auditors have requested that, we implement whenever federal funds are involved. And, I've circulated it to the commissioners and I've provided it to Auditor Watkins for approval. He's looked at it and has approved. So if you're good with it.
So this is basically on suggestion of the State Board of Accounts that are doing our annual audit, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, then I would make a motion to adopt the suspension and debarment certification.
I'll second that.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
3-0. All right, next up, we got animal shelter TIF funding request, Mr. Lewis.
Do I have a spokesperson? Carrie? Say, both of you? Sharon? Bruce? You two gonna join him?
So, Sheriff running for the animal shelter, Carrie Tishner, just so this records. Carrie Tishner, volunteer, and Bruce McIntosh, who's turned into a fantastic volunteer for the animal shelter. So, Bruce, I guess, along with you, Commissioner, has looked into the TIF funding, and as we all know, Mr. McIntosh was on the TIF board for many years. And he believes that there is some funding left over that has not yet been spent by the TIF district that's currently, well, it's expired, but a little bit of leftover money. So we are here today to respectfully request permission to apply for funding up to $100,000 if that much money is available.
To help purchase the equipment and do some finishing things to
Yes.
move along, getting the new
Yes.
shelter.
Yeah, and for the public's awareness, the money that TIF had previously given us, along with the ARPA funding plus donations from Emmy Corporation and donations from individuals, was all used to go into the actual building. We had to use extra money for utilities. That wasn't part of that Emmy Corporation threw in. However, we did have a budget of up to $100,000 to do things for the inside, shelving and carts and hoses and all the things you need for day-to-day
all the
operation. Stuff, yes, animal stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have that money available to us at this point in time. So as an alternative, Mr. McIntosh has maybe found us an alternate spending source. We also will continue to seek donations. Carrie's been very active in that along with other volunteers, as has Emmy Corporation. But to get that going, we need the money now because as we know, grant writing is good, but it's more long-term.
Right.
And unless you just have someone who can hand you some cash to immediately get started, we're kind of at a water jam. So right now, we're just requesting permission from the commissioners to try to seek any funding that would be available through that source.
I would say if the TIF board has the money, then try for, get what you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I mean.
We need a motion or something, or?
Yes. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to give the animal shelter the county commissioner's blessing to approach the TIF district to see if there is any additional funding left available to help complete some of the needs of the new animal shelter.
I'll second that motion.
Mr. Friedenberg, do we know if there's any money left?
I
don't know right now. We actually just got our funds update today, and I haven't had time to look over it yet, so.
I have information on that.
You do know how much it is?
I got you on that one. So, in working with Chuck, Sharon, and seeing the building, I realized that there was some need for some significant money. So I called Phil Young and said, do we have any monies available? And Phil went back through the new update on our funds. All the funds that are presently in progress, they have that money set aside into accounts. All those accounts are earning interest. All that interest totals up to over $200,000. That interest hasn't been spoken for. It's not guaranteed for an account or like the animal shelter. So Phil said he would entertain a motion to use some of that $200,000. So it is there, Nick.
Obviously, all we're doing is giving them the blessing to go. The final decision will be up to the.
Right.
I get that, but I always want to make
RDC.
sure that we got even funds over there. Because I talked to my representative, and he always wants to make sure that we do our part before we just send things over there to people. I mean,
Right.
that's our main thing. We don't want to send if there ain't no funds there, so.
Yeah, I talked to Phil this weekend, and he said it is there, Bruce. I asked him specifically for this purpose, and he said it's there. So if this council would put forward a request, they would entertain that.
Okay. Yeah,
Once again, the final decision will be in their hands.
Right.
That's right.
yeah. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. 3-0.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Frudenberger, in the future, can we get updates like that every once in a while on what's going on with that? Well, Chuck's on there too, aren't you? Are you on the redevelopment? No. Are you on redevelopment?
No,
No, just
None
Chuck.
of us are.
Yeah, just you.
Right.
Well, yes, probably a representative. Yeah.
Bob Schleter is.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Kicks.
I'm in very close contact with them. I'll put it that way.
But we need to know that stuff. All right. Next up, we got reimbursement to Oral Farms, Jackson Finley.
There was a chase that our sheriff's deputies and City of Princeton Police engaged in back in June, resulting in some crop damage to a farmer's property. And so City of Princeton has agreed to pay half and has requested that we pay half. That is to the tune of, our half would be $628.43. The property owner is H&S Land LLC. I would ask for approval of that claim this evening.
Jason, I'll make a motion to approve that.
I will second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3-0, no nays. All right, next up, we got Hopkins Family Park, basketball and pickleball courts bid opening. Mr. Stevens, SJCA, CA. Oh, yeah, that's two. Yep, we'll get there.
Let's see, where's this from? Okay, this first one is from Black Arts Paving LLC, and the bid amount, base bid amount, no base bid. Alternate bid number one, bid amount, $74,032. $74,032.
Who's that for?
Okay.
Black Arts.
Black Heart?
And then alternate bid number two, bid amount $26,392. How many are there? Six.
Wow.
Nope, okay. Alternate bid number three, amount $62,324. Alternate bid number 4, $32,353. Alternate bid number 6, $136,356. And alternate bid number 6 is $58,745. The project total, which I'm assuming is all those alternates added up.
Yes, but we won't do all of them together.
Okay, so you can read that number. Okay, all right. Okay, the next one got here is from David Enterprise. No base bid again. Alternate bid number 1, $84,700. Alternate bid number 2, $32,750. Alternate number 3, 18,000. That's not right. 3 is 48,150. Alternate 4 is 39,150. Alternate 6 is 122,850. And 6 is 66,900. Would you locate that one? Okay, this one is from Frudenberg Contracting LLC. Base bid is $59,880. And no alternates. Last one is from Parker Excavating. And base bid is $189,000. No alternates. $189,000. So we're gonna take these under advisement, and then at the next meeting, I expect the Parks Board will ask the commissioners to approve contingent upon Parks Board approval. They will meet the following night, they be in the Parks Board.
So no action till the August meeting.
Yes.
Correct. All right. Good, now, sorry, I missed one. We need to go Animal Shelter Interim Director, Mr. Lewis.
Yes. This time, I would like to recommend officially putting in as interim directors of the animal shelter until we get a director hired. Carrie Tishner and Sarah Stewart. So I guess I would need a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion to approve that.
Chuck, how's that going to be like pay-wise or anything?
It's free.
Free?
They're doing it voluntarily until we can get a director hired.
You want to make it permanent?
I second that then.
Okay, second to making it permanent or just the motion?
Both. All right, we got a motion to second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3-0. All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Next up, we got medical leave.
Everybody's healthy.
Good deal.
So now,
We didn't like
Everybody's
it.
healthy?
That's good.
probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
They didn't look over at you, though, did
All right, that's all we got. I do want to make an announcement. I wrote it on Facebook, but I want to definitely let everybody know. I've been seeing rumblings about a data center. We have not received any information or anything about a data center at all. But I know we have been talking about go ahead and getting an ordinance created for if one ever comes. So that's in the making. So I just want to let everybody know that.
And there's also a thing, when is it, August something, up in Indianapolis about data centers that we're gonna try and, some of us, if not all of us, go to learn a little more about them, to, from people that know, because we obviously don't know much about them, so.
Correct.
Try and educate ourselves a little bit.
Great. All right. Well, after all that being said, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3-0.
So now, let's take
Thanks, everybody, for coming. Carrie. So, hey, buddy, good seeing you. Oh, Sarah Stewart, yeah, yeah,
You've already signed, so
yeah, 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 both of them. There you go.
you signed both of those already.
Yes, all that stuff.
I was out there with my ears ringing. I had tendonitis.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm off.